So the first knife show was an absolute blast. It was CCKS Spring 2025. This is kind of just like a log for me as well. But I just want to share my quick little experience while the memory is still fresh. It's still the same day of the event. It's happening tomorrow as well, Sunday, but I'm not going to be there because I'm already back home. I'm really proud of myself. I didn't buy anything, even though I really wanted to, but I also did not go out with the intention to really bring anything back home. But surprisingly, there wasn't anything there that made me want to say, fuck my bills, I'm buying this and going home with it. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm not buying anything. But as cheesy as it is, I genuinely understand the really cheesy saying of, I came for the knives and stayed for the people. I was definitely shown something that looks like a real community. Absolutely. And it felt kind of weird walking into the space where everybody's at, because there is just such a positive vibe throughout the entire room. Everybody is there for one reason and one reason only, for the love of a hobby. Leaving aside their BS and differences at the door, who they voted for, what they drive, where they live, it doesn't freaking matter. The biggest thing is that there is passion keeping them doing what they're doing, and they're here to be happy with the people that share in the same hobby. And so I definitely get that. It almost felt like an outsider coming into like a really big family reunion almost. Everybody knew everybody on like a first name basis almost, at least a lot of the vendors, and then family members or people like the frequent people that, you know, follow all the vendors to the different shows throughout the years or wherever they pop up. It's just really cool to see that, absolutely. And I got to meet with a lot of genuine people, a lot of cool people. I officially got to meet with Steven Dunnick. He is the designer of the Loki 2, which is this guy with a different hole. He also got to show me a really cool prototype that you guys will end up seeing in probably some other content as well. It's just a wild one, and whenever it does get released, I will be purchasing one because it's that cool. I know I need to get one of those. Absolutely, it's a really cool knife. So I got to meet with him, and he's just a genuine bro. He's just a normal freaking dude living a normal freaking life. There's no snobbiness. There's no like, I'm a designer. Yes. I didn't get that from anybody there. There wasn't a single table that I could think of that was trying to push some like stupid agenda or like really like push sales. Even the tables that had, you know, a little bit of a language barrier, if you guys know what I mean, they weren't even pushy when it came to sales. They would say pricing and stuff of whatever item that you picked up. Let's say you picked something off their table and you're just kind of sitting there fiddling with it, you know, just checking it out. You know, they'll say, oh, that's this if you're interested, and they'll leave you alone. And I didn't think it was going to be like that. I thought this is a knife show. People are there to sell you stuff, and they want to return home with as little as possible and as much money in their pockets as they can. And that wasn't it at all. So it was really nice to see that there wasn't any snobbiness. And I was told by a couple people that this California Custom Knife Show is a show where there could be a lot of snobbiness, and I don't tolerate that kind of bullshit at all. I don't want to be around those type of people. Absolutely not. And but I didn't see that. The people who were making genuine CNC or handcrafted masterpieces were just like hanging back and letting the knives do the talking for them. They were letting the work do the talking for them. If you had a question like that, you know, they got you with whatever you had. If it was the blade material, their execution of this, that, or the other, what are their thoughts on, you know, pocket clip or no pocket clip, or this design, in or out relief cut, bearings versus washers, whatever the hell kind of question you had, they were like this with it. these are people who like it's just love, and the amount of knowledge that is packed into a room like that is genuinely immense. I could just sit around and talk with anybody, any of the vendors. I got to meet a lot of really cool people. Kind of difficult to name them all. I probably mix them up, mix around here and there. They're very recognizable faces, absolutely. And I will link down Recon 1 so you guys could see the vendors who were there. There were a handful that I don't think actually showed because the room seemed a little too small to fit that many people. But yeah, I had a really cool time. My wife did go with me, which I'm very thankful for her support in doing so. This is a guy hobby, and as much as I don't want to push any sort of like sexist bias, it's a guy hobby. But there are plenty of women that go to these shows in support of their partner, which is really cool. I didn't really see any women there that were there like for like themselves, but they were there in support, which I think is really cool. And I'm very grateful to have a partner who's there to support me as well. The other knife that I carried was the full-size Sebenza. I thought Chris Reeve Knives was going to be there with their new MIM clip design thing. I didn't see it. Maybe they were there and I just missed it, or maybe a vendor had their stuff and were repping for them. I don't know, but I don't remember seeing an actual table that was just Chris Reeve stuff, which kind of sucks. But I was able to actually hand this off to a couple people that were considering picking one up, and they're just like kind of fiddling with it, looking at the edge, and they're just like, it's really tight. I don't know, get the small one or the big one. And I would just hand, my personal one off to people. I'm like, this is what it is after, what is it, like 6 or 8 months of ownership, a lot of use, different edges. This is what, like genuinely a perfect edge looks like. This is what could be achieved. And they're like, yeah, that's pretty freaking sweet. I could see why people like it. And, maybe change some minds as well. But yeah, I got to talk with the guys over at Artisan Cutlery, which is pretty cool. Russell and the other individual's name I can't remember. I am so sorry. I doubt they're gonna watch this video anyway. But I got to talk with them for a while, and they're just some of the chillest dudes I've ever met. Like, it's like knives are a part of their life, but they're not there to sell. They're like, yes, Artisan Cutlery, as you may think that they're there to sell and sell and sell. Yeah, they want to come home with as little as possible, but they were just, both of those guys were just all over the venue, just talking to anybody that they could, checking out other tables and just enjoying themselves. So I'm very, very happy to report that a lot of the things that I thought in my head, the potential negative stuff, none of that was true. There wasn't any sort of like just stupid stuff going on. There was even like a mini bar in the corner, and by the time I was heading out around like 4 p.m., there was like shots and stuff at everybody's table. I thought that was funny. But yeah, I'm probably gonna start putting on some content, sharing little clips here and there. My wife did record me talking to some people, but the audio is garbage, so a lot of it's probably going to be voiceovers. I haven't really worked on voiceover videos before, so we'll see how that goes. I'm probably just going to make a bunch of YouTube shorts realistically. I didn't really get that much good footage, but it'll be snippets and stuff and voiceovers and just something to be visually stimulating versus you just looking at me, which I know like 99% of the people that click on this video aren't even at this point, but or watch to this point. But it is what it is. I mean, this is just as much of a log to myself, to my future self, as it is to anybody who gives a shit about watching my stuff or playing me in the background. But the stuff there that I got to experience, like Shirogorov knives, holy shit, I get it now. The plunge grinds and sharpening choils, they're just as terrible as they look in pictures, but that's a very strong opinionated thing, neither right or wrong. Shark Nevco, just incredible handmade knives, just on another level that I had a hard time understanding. Realistically, that's how far off they are. Not a single thing I have handled to this point can match that. Maverick Concepts, holy shit, I am willing to sell like my entire collection, including this, just to be able to own like a fully custom one, like for every spec, every color that I would want. That could very easily be like a one and done, like perfect high-end knife. I didn't really see them doing a lot of sharpening trials, but yeah, even a, you know, $2,000 or $2,500 fully handmade custom, or not handmade custom, but a CNC custom, I would use it. I wouldn't shy away from using it, because cardboard, paper, some stuff in the kitchen, some stuff in the backyard, that's it. A knife is a knife, and it's definitely teetering more towards the art side, but I don't give a shit. I'd end up using it anyway. It's a design that's incredible, and it's absolutely meant to be used. There were also a couple other makers there that I can't remember exactly their name, but they had that general shape, and that general shape was kind of Sabenza-ish, and I was just like, hey, this is familiar. This is really familiar, but nothing like this. There was, I mean, this is obviously on a different level if you've ever handled a Chris Reeve knife. You know, smooth in its own way, but it takes forever to get there. Enjoyable nonetheless. Again, that is just an opinion, but some of the stuff that I was able to check out there, like I come home, and the best way I can put it is if you drive an absolute shitbox, and for a day, just a day, like not even like a full, like let's just say for like a shift, like an 8-hour shift, you get to go and drive hypercars, cars that you and the 4 generations that follow could not be able to afford. Drive those cars for a day, and then after your shift is over, hop back into your shitbox and drive 2 hours back home. That's how that show made me feel, and holy crap. I mean, it doesn't make me feel bad about my collection of what I have, because everybody starts somewhere. I've owned more expensive things than I currently have right now, but I am definitely changing my perspective on what quality actually is and what smoothness truly is. It's insane. I left that place feeling so mind-fucked. It's just wild. And I definitely want to go to another show sometime soon, hopefully this year. I think it'd be really cool to travel for one, but I would personally want to go with people, maybe not bring my wife, and just do like a guy's thing. You know, get like a hotel with joined rooms, or rent out an Airbnb for the night or two, something along those lines. And I'm sure at this rate that I'm going, I'd probably be able to make enough, you know, acquaintances to be able to do so. But that's it. That's really all I have to share. For anybody who actually made it to this point, let me know what your favorite fruit is. I don't know. I want to see some some fruit comments in the section, in the comments section. That's it. But if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like down below. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and your patience. Of course, if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I have plenty more videos and content coming you guys this way. That being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.